In a quiet town nestled between rolling fields and a slow, wandering river, life once moved at a gentle, predictable rhythm. Mornings smelled of fresh bread and dew-covered grass. Evenings carried laughter across porches. Nights were for rest. Until the mosquito came. No one could say exactly when it began. At first, it was just a nuisance, a faint whining near the ear, a careless slap on the arm. But this mosquito, this one was different. It didn't just bite, it tormented. It had a kind of wicked intelligence. By day, it hovered just out of reach, darting past faces in the market, interrupting conversations as if it had opinions of its own. Farmers swore it followed them row by row, waiting for the exact moment their hands were full before striking. Children ran through the streets waving their arms wildly, shouting, "It's back! It's back!" as if chased by an invisible ghost. And at night? At night, it became a legend. Just as people drifted into sleep, the sound would come. Eee! Hovering right at the edge of consciousness. Not loud, not constant, just enough to pull you from rest. You'd slap the air, sit up, check the corners. Nothing. The moment you lay back down, eee! Again. One man claimed he heard it whisper, "You missed." Another insisted the mosquito circled his head 3 times before biting him out of principle. Whether true or not, one thing was certain. Nobody was sleeping. And then things got worse. The mosquito didn't stay alone. It reproduced. At first, there were 2, then 10, then hundreds. Soon, the air itself seemed alive with the restless hum of wings. The town square became a battlefield of flailing arms. Meals were eaten in a hurry. Conversations turned into quick, irritated exchanges between swats. Someone tried counting how many bites they got in a single day. They stopped at 50 and said, "This is no longer science. This is suffering." Even the town's toughest residents began to break. "I slapped myself more than the mosquito today," one woman complained. "That's because you're losing," her neighbor replied. Sleep vanished, peace vanished, hope, well, that started to flicker. The town was fed up, truly, completely, undeniably fed up. And then, on a dusty afternoon when even the mosquitoes seemed unusually bold, a stranger arrived. He wasn't loud or dramatic. He didn't promise miracles. He simply listened. He listened to the sleepless nights, the endless buzzing, the failed attempts, the growing swarm. He observed the insects' patterns, their timing, their strange persistence. Then he said calmly, "I think I can help." There was something about the way he said it, not hopeful, not doubtful, just certain. For days, he worked. He gathered scraps, metals, wires, things no one had ever thought to combine. Late into the night, despite the mosquito's best efforts to annoy him into surrender, he built a device. It buzzed faintly, almost mockingly, as if speaking the insect's own language. The townspeople watched from a distance. "Do you think it will work?" someone whispered. "It has to, or we're moving." Finally, the night came. The stranger wheeled his invention into the center of town. The air was already thick with mosquitoes, their restless movement almost visible in the dim light. He flipped the switch. At first, nothing. The mosquitoes carried on, circling, buzzing, diving in their usual chaotic dance. Then, a shift. A low hum spread outward from the device, deeper than any sound the town had heard before. The mosquitoes faltered mid-flight, their erratic movements slowed. The buzzing, once sharp and relentless, began to weaken. The great swarm gathered, drawn toward the device as if caught in an invisible current. And then, silence. Complete, breathtaking silence. Not a buzz, not a hum, not a single wing beat. The mosquitoes were gone. All of them. The townspeople stood frozen, unsure whether to celebrate or check behind their ears one last time. Someone cautiously lay down on a bench. No buzzing. He smiled. "I think we're free." And just like that, the town erupted. Laughter, cheers, disbelief. People slept that night like they hadn't in months, maybe years. Freedom, they called it. As for the man, he didn't stay long. By morning, he was gone, leaving behind only the quiet and a story that would be told for generations. A story of annoyance turned into chaos, and chaos defeated by ingenuity. If you enjoyed this story and want more engaging and inspiring tales like this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. That's the only way we can keep bringing you more stories filled with imagination, suspense,
quiet little town where the nights were made for dreams. Everything was peaceful, or at least so it seemed. Then came a sound so small, yet so powerful. It started with a buzz in the middle of the night, a tiny little nuisance easy to ignore at first sight. But this one mosquito, yeah, it wasn't the same. It moved like it knew you, like it studied your brain. Daytime trouble flying all around, interrupting peace with that irritating sound. You swing your hand, it disappears from view, then comes right back like it's laughing at you. One man said, "This thing's testing my soul." Another one yelled, "It's out of control." Even the kids stopped playing their games, cause the buzzing followed wherever they came. Buzz all day, buzz all night, no escape, nowhere to hide. Swatting left, swatting right, still they coming back to bite. But every story has a turn, every struggle has to end. Of anger, my tale, watch the rise begin again. Then it multiplied, now the sky was alive. Hundreds of wings, no place to hide. People stopped sleeping, losing their peace. Every single moment felt like disease. Mama wide awake with a tired face, baby crying loud, no quiet space. Farmer in the field just slapping the air, missed the mosquito, hit himself there. He said, "At this point I'm fighting myself." Neighbors shouting, "I'm done, I'm through." Mosquito said, "We're not done with you." The whole town trapped in a buzzing storm. No rest, no calm, no normal form.